All right, what's up, everybody? Howdy doody. I hope everybody is doing good, feeling good today. Um, Everything is good with me. Everything is good with me. I'm out here doing my thing. I wanted to come on really quickly because I was thinking about a conversation that I had a couple of days ago with a young lady, and I wanted to share my 2 cents about the topic. So she had called and she said that she was talking to her dad, and she asked him, if your son came out to you and let you know that he was gay, how would you respond to that? And the father said, I would tell him that I'm disappointed. And the daughter says, well, Dad, you shouldn't say that because you don't know the status of, your son's, your son's mind, and, if he's, anxious or he's nervous, and he may be very vulnerable because he had to come out and tell you and pretty scared, blah, blah, blah. And she asked me, what do I think? And I wanted to share with you my thoughts on that because I think as a society, we have gotten to a place where it is not okay to not agree. And that is so unrealistic. You are going to have people that don't agree with you. You're going to have people hurt your feelings. Now, I'm going to say outside of kids because kids are like the worst, okay? They come hard with it. And that's kind of extreme. Unfortunately, the kids are the ones that's extremely horrible with it. But I'm talking about adults. And just as you are adulting, you're not going to always hear what you want to hear. People are not going to always coddle you and make you feel comfortable. But then again, in the society that we've been living in over the last, I would say, maybe 7 to 10 years, it's been a lot of coddling. It's been a lot of sensitivity to the way that you deliver information. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying go out here and Archie Bunker everybody, and anybody who doesn't know who Archie Bunker is, he's from the TV show All in the Family. If you don't know it, go look it up. And I'm not saying to go out here and Archie Bunker people, because that is not right. I think you do have a responsibility in the conversation whenever somebody is speaking to you, especially if it's something that's sensitive and you know that there is, sensitivity around that situation. I think that you should be mindful of the words that you use. Again, you have a responsibility to that person to not be hurtful, and you have a responsibility within that conversation to be heard, but also to be honest. And honesty doesn't seem like it's accepted anymore. People just want to be pacified. And obviously, that's not what I do because this is sugar free. And I am Miss Zan and I am very honest. I've had people in the past tell me that they won't come to me until they are ready to hear the truth. And I appreciate that. Like when you need to really see yourself or see the situation for what it is, and you just want to hear somebody be honest with you. And I pride myself on that. I think that's a really good character of mine. And I just appreciate when people recognize the fact that, you know what, I'm not ready for that right now. And if you want to go to those kind of people that are going to, co-sign whatever you're going through, then you know those individuals and you go to them. But if you want to, and like that's kind of what I was saying with the young lady earlier, you have to know your audience as well. You have to pay attention because I do notice these individuals, and the father is not a sugarcoating father. This father is very outspoken about how he feels. So if the son were to go to him, he has to manage his expectations. I think I mentioned this before. I had somebody tell me a couple of years ago about managing expectations, and that like changed the game for me. I tell people about it all the time, and I remind myself, hey, manage your expectations. You went in there thinking one thing, you got something else. Check yourself because you expected something. That other person didn't tell you they was going to give you that. So that son would have to manage his expectations with the person that he's delivering that information to. And then also give that father an opportunity to swallow that pill. Okay, because that's a hard pill to swallow. All right, because that father may that father may have had expectations for his child, for his son, and a stereotypical society kind of acceptance masculine way, and he kind of foresaw things, and now those things aren't going to happen. So give the father, I think, an opportunity to swallow that pill, have a drink behind that pill, have a beer, have some wine, have a couple of shots, some water, some H2O. But I'm just saying, let him swallow that pill, let him digest that pill. That is a lot of information to take in. So for the father to say he's disappointed, I think it's only fair for the son to be able to accept that, and just moving forward, as long as the father is not saying, I disown you, I don't love you, you're no longer my son. That to me is really the biggest part of the conversation. What happens after, how is the relationship rather after that information has been given? Making sure that you're still supporting your son, you're still loving your son, you're still there for your son. I think that's one of the biggest things, and the feeling of disappointment or whatever the feeling is, it's just that. It's a feeling. And that person has the right to feel that. But the way that they respond to you moving forward, that's to me more significant than that initial feeling of getting some news like that. All right, so like I said, just wanted to jump on and throw that out there because it was something that kind of stayed on my mind after speaking to the young lady. I thank you so much for giving me that question and just sharing with me the conversation that you were having with your dad. All right, everybody, you continue to have an awesome day. Please live and be in peace.